Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first actual title of the series, 20-Minute Testing, a blatant ripoff of MBT. Once again, link in the description to his channel. Last time I did Dino Mist, Draco Slayer. You could also just call that Draco Mist or Dino Slayer, and a bunch of different combinations. But today we're going to be looking at a deck that's a lot different, based in the OG times of Shaddolls and BA. There was another deck that spread among this time period. A deck known as Tellarknight. It was kind of okay. Not as good as the other two, but okay. And then it died. And then it's been dead. Until not that long ago, where it got new support about a year ago. And to my surprise, it has topped twice? Which isn't good, albeit, but it's surprising that Tellarknights are topping events in the year of our Lord 2023. So, what does the support do if you've never read the cards? And why does this deck, why is it playable? So let's talk about it. So this is the Tellarknight list I have, and as you can see, it's kind of silly, some might say. So I'm going to start off with reading the Tellarknight and Constellar cards, and then explain the deck. So, first of all, a lot of the new support, you probably already know what Deneb does, Rhoda, Altair, Uklahai, Vega, you probably know what all these guys do, but what do these new ones do that make the deck good? And you probably even haven't heard of Caduceus. So I'll start off with this one. If you control Constellar, except itself, you can special in it from the hand, and then during the main phase, you can add a Constellar spell or trap from the deck to the hand. And then, if a Constellar Xyz monster has it as material, it gains the effect, mostly if it battles a later dock monster before damage spell, you can banish that monster. Pretty cool. Free special summon and a spell trap searcher. Now we have Lyran, treated as a Constellar card. Yes, and then if a Tellarknight or Constellar card is normal summoned, you can special it from the hand and add a Tellarknight spell from deck to hand. Oh, a free special summon that searches a spell, kind of like Caduceus, but except this one is pretty good, or better, maybe. And then we have Altairan, or Tarian, I don't know how to say it, but when it's summoned, you can target cards in the field up to the number of light and dark Xyz monsters you control, destroy them, and if a Tellarknight or Constellar monster or monsters is special summoned from your, or to your field, except this card, you can special summon it from the graveyard, but cannot declare attacks except with Xyz monsters that turn. This is a good extender for later in the game, or just you send it off of Uklahai or Nukal, I don't know how to say. And also its pup, you can actually activate this on your opponent's turn. I'll show you how to do that. The other main deck support card we have is, that's new, is Constellar Tellarknights. Let's go, best anime crossover. And when it's activated, you can special summon a Constellar or Tellarknight monster from your hand or graveyard. And it has a separate effect where you can target a Tellarknight or Constellar Xyz monster you control, and special summon from the extra deck one Tellarknight or Constellar Xyz monster with a different rank by using that Xyz monster as material. And this is true as you can see, summon and transfer all the materials. And both of these effects are hard ones per turns, or you can only use this effect. Yeah, you can only activate one and you can only use that effect once per turn. Now, the final piece of support that they got is this card, Tellarknight Constellar. Yeah, and when it's Xyz summoned, you can target Tellarknight and or Constellar card in your graveyard, add it back to the hand. Pretty good for just making sure you get follow-up. And then this is the real good one. Banish a Tellarknight or Constellar monster from your hand or deck. Detach a material from this card. This effect becomes that banished monster's effect that activates when it's normal summoned. And you can only use each effect once per turn. So you make this, you can detach it, you can banish Sheraton and get a Constellar search. Banish Deneb and get a Tellarknight search. It's a really good card. Now, you still may be wondering, this seems like just like make some Xyz pass. Why is there an Appaloosa in this deck? Well, the main thing is this lovely card over here called Deltros, which has the effect if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon Tellarknight monster from your hand or deck. Here's the thing, this isn't a hard once per turn at all, so the main combo line of this deck tries to trigger Deltros as often as possible. And You can do it like 3 times a turn, you know, 3 special summons from the deck during the course of your combo is pretty crazy. Ptolemaeus is now legal, which is awesome, and allows you to flood into Pleiades on your opponent's turn, triggering Altiran to summon himself back and pop a monster or card. And that's how the new cards, how the deck works is you want to just get 2 level 4s on the field to make Caduceus, send Lyran to search Constellar Tellarknights. Caduceus can just rank up into Ptolemy, and then you use Constellar Tellarknights to rank Ptolemy into Deltaros. Deltaros pop itself, summon out Altier, Altier summon back the Deltaros, and you know what? You'll see the combo when we get into the games. Alright, in this game, we are going to see what the Tellarknights can do when they get their combo. We have a normal summon and a special summon. What the heck is my opponent's hand? Well, we'll see. We're going to start off with the normal summon of Altair, summon Lyran from hand. Then we are going to use Lyran, add a Skybridge because we have it. I activated the Big Benkei because I didn't read it. We banished the Uklahai because I already do have the Constellar Tellarknights to send Altarian. We make this guy. We summon back the Altair, summon Altarian, make the Ptolemy, rank up into the Deltaros, and then Deltaros target itself. And then effect to summon Altair from the deck. Altair bring back the Deltaros. Now we're going to link into Isle, Chainlink 1 Isle, Chainlink 2 Deltaros, summon out a Deneb, and add a Lyran, because we've already used Morpheus effect. Deneb, add Unuklahai. Gaga Magician has the effect to detach a material target Xyz monster in your graveyard, except for Magician, special summon that negate his effects. This card is stupid. It's really good, and I don't see enough play for it. So shout out to Gaga Magician. Now we're going to make a 4-mat Apo. Deltaros summon Vega. Vega effect summon Uklahai, or Nuklahai. Nuklahai send a Vega. Make a Ptolemaeus and pass, and it's using its secondary effect, which has a secondary effect to attach a Tellarknight card from the object to it as material. Attach a Constellar Diamond and pass turn. So right now we present a 4-mat Apo. Ptolemaeus will go into a Pleiades. So a bounce plus a pop from you love 'em, I don't know. I'll try him. So that's 5 interruptions, plus some very solid follow-up. So, see what our opponent does. Opening of the Spirit Gates. Activate Nightmare Pain. My fight or flight response does indeed get triggered at this point in time, because I've lost to you about before. So I'm just going to instantly go into the Pleiades, Altarian, summons itself, pop this Nightmare Pain. Allure of Darkness, advance that. They normal summon regenerate moves. I just spin it back. They Eldland here. They Eldritch, pop the back row. I could have just saved the Appaloosa, because I could have just changed Skybridge to tag out the Altarian to something else. That's what I probably should have done, but I didn't. So that's a misplay on my part. They set, but it gets negated. Haha, you fool! Negated again. Funny bow person says no, and they screw it. And that's what happens when you go first. But what happens when you go second? This is what happens when you go second, and we're going second against Fire King with the new support and Diablo Star. Interesting. We'll see what they're cooking up here. So they're going to activate Sanctuary, summon things. I don't know how this deck works. I didn't read the cards. They summon Ponix, Fire King Island, add pop and add the new Garunix summons itself, and then set 2 paths. They have an Infib and a Droll. So you may think Droll really hurts this deck, but we'll see how we can play with it. That adds itself back to hand. So immediately, Droll and Lockford. We still get to do Wakaushi effect, summon itself out. It's just a free special summon. They don't know I'm on Tellarknights. They're probably thinking we gotta stop the stinking super heavy samurai deck. I actually had multiple people scoop because they just saw me activate Wakaushi and were like, now we're not dealing with super heavy samurai, and little did they know it was just Tellarknights. But out of fear, we bait that out. Uklahai send this guy, we summon Batlumus, summon this the homie out, pop the back row. We make Deltaros, pop it. I don't know what I was thinking here, but I guess I was thinking. Stuff happens that gets summoned back the Runix. Happens, summon this back, pop that. Oh no, they let me float. Altair, bring back the Deltaros. They did my job for me. We make a format Apo saying, I don't know how to deal with Fire Kings. Please do nothing. Battle phase, crash into it. It must have not worked how they realized, or they just realized, aha, I have a format Apo, and they concede. So, that's the deck going first, and going second, but we played against Eldritch, Yubel, Sacred Beast, and Fire Kings. So what does this deck do against a deck that's actually good? And you'll see that right now. For our best of 3 today, we are going to be playing against, you already know how it is. It's going to be Sword Soul, and our hand is nuts. But they have Nibiru. Now let's see, can we play through 3 hand drops? We are going to start off by activating Wakaushi scale the Big Benkei effect, add the Solgia booster, summon itself, make the Caduceus, send the Lyra, add this one, Tellarknight chain links occur, we add Unuklahai, add a Skybridge. This is what happens when they Nibiru. Now, you can notice we still have a butt on the cards in our hand. So let's see, can we still come off? We can bring out the Unuklahai, summon back this, and at this point in time, I would have needed them to not Ash here. If they hadn't Ash, we could have summoned back the Altarian and ended on some form board, but because Ash Blossom and Joy Spring has been activated here, I, in a dumb decision, make IP instead of having a big token and go end phase. They go to battle phase, beat over the IP, fearing absolutely nothing. Moye effect, summon a Sword Soul token. Now here's the funny thing. What happens when I Nibiru them? If they play through into Nibiru, oh, they would never do that. Oh, they're playing into Nibiru. Oh, they're playing into Nibiru. Now, what do they do here? Triple Tactics Talents, of course, into double Temis, Vishuda and Adhara. What do they make here? Baxia, spin back these two. Vishuda, bounce that, which is a horrible play, because it can only special summon when it's activated, so by bouncing it back, it's actually aiding me a lot. They were just kind of clicking hands. So back to Adhara, make Dumb Yangzing, I top deck a Caduceus. I can't activate its effect, because, you know, Chow Fang. That happens, it floats into Ecclesia. I can't do anything, and we gotta go to game 2. Game 2 against Sword Soul, and once again, I have opened a nutty hand, but also, they have Droll and Ash. So, let's see what happens. We're gonna start off with, hear me out, Wakaushi. Wakaushi effect, activate effect of Big Benkei, and then here's where they Droll. Summon it out, make Ptolemaeus, because I knew I couldn't really do my full combo while Drolled. But I can still run out of Pleiades, and I have Ash and Droll in hand, so hopefully this is good. They long Yuan, I'm like, I just have to bounce the token. So I make Pleiades, boom, effective Pleiades, I bounce the token, I get Triple Tactics Talented, they rip the Ash Blossom out of my hand, normal summon Taya, and I'm like, oh, it's so over. They bring back the Taya, then go here, and I'm just thinking, oh, they probably have the Draco Berserker. They make Draco Berserker, and are gonna win this game. They make Baxia, and concede. Why do they concede? Contrite. It is because Shaman's effect locks you into activating only 10 monsters from the X deck, or cannot monster special summon from the extra deck. You cannot activate their effective effect. 10 monsters, but yeah. So the only good play was make the Draco Berserker, but they forgot to read Shaman of the Tenyi. Shaman of the Tenyi does indeed have text, and because of that, I'm able to take game 2, and I have a chance, just a slight chance of taking it to game 3. But let's go there now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for game 3, and it is time to see what the Rock is indeed cooking. We are going to be going third, second, Long activates. We are going to be making a Baron trigger Long burn me. At Hara, summon the Monk, summon out a Vishuda, and this one I'm going to Nibiru. Baron negates, but what's that? They have no negates on field. They have the Ashina back to hand, but oh no, what's this? I didn't want no negates. Now, can I just play through a single Ash and Nibiru? Wakaushi add Big Benkei effect, add Weeballing. We're going to summon out boosters going. We make Caduceus, send this guy. Other form of Caduceus effect, Ash. Oh no, what's that last card we have in hand? Is that the Tactical Talents of Tree? The Tree Tactical Talents? Effect, nice Nibiru you got there. Psych! They see the writing on the wall, and scoop. Hype game versus Sword Soul. We take the dub, because we the best. And now, with that awesome dub, let's get to the deck review. Here we are at the deck review. And what can I say? Well, built different, I say. But let's actually talk about the deck and like some of the pros and cons. One of the pros, it is super consistent. Every single hand gets you to your goofy, silly combo. But literally every single hand does it. I haven't opened a single like goober hand once, so you know that's pretty awesome. Two, the Super Heavy Samurai engine is insane. I was actually joined the Tellarknight Discord server and I was like, hey, what about the Spirit engine? And they're like, I mean that's alright, but I haven't tried the Super Heavy Samurais yet. And I'm like, ooh, spicy. So out of those and that has been a lifesaver. That was the Super Heavy Samurai Cobra. Another great pro about this deck is it has kind of wonky interaction. Like, you make the Appaloosa, you got the Pleiades bounce, you've got the blue one pop. That's a bunch of different like interaction that maybe some decks aren't ready to face all of them. Like format Appaloosa, you can deal with that. A bounce, you can deal with that. Pop, you can deal with that. But all of them together is hard to deal with. And the final, like really awesome pro about this deck is that it has great follow up. I played a few other games and didn't show them, but just your turn 3s and like your turn 4s are always like killer. I mean, you have stuff like if you didn't use an original combo or something, Deltros, Shriver is a really fun card and discarded way too many people with it. Diamond is a really great card, and just Unicorn. This deck is a really fun toolbox. Has a lot of toolbox stuff. So going so that even after your turn 1 plays, you have just so much follow up. Now to the cons. Interaction on your turn. There are a few choke points in the combo where if they ash your Deltros, you're straight up not having a good time. It, unlike a lot of other decks, it doesn't instantly die to Droll, but it still does Droll does hurt this deck a lot. And what is the rock cooking? Oh, my demise. This deck dies to the rock widowy. Second is this deck does put its eggs in one basket when it's making its combos into the basket known as Appaloosa of the Goddess. So if your opponent's like, oh, that's a nice Appaloosa there, mind if I kaiju it? You're kind of dead. But, and the other kind of, the final thing is this is a going first combo deck, and compared to other decks, it doesn't make the craziest booga boards like, why play Tellarknight when you can play Manadium or something like that. But, in conclusion, this is a really cool random Xyz deck that I had a blast playing, because you can either go this way with a combo variant, kind of go a more hopium, like 7 interactions, like turn skip combo variant, or you could slow back to a more controlled play style. But honestly, I just love this deck. You should check it out. I would give it a solid rate. I don't know if I would rate it or something, but it's a good deck. It's not meta by any means, but it's good and fun. And with that, I'm gonna close this out by saying I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like and subscribe. I'm going to hopefully do more 20-minute testings. Give me ideas for decks you want to see me do 20-minute testings, because my brain is just ADHD Gabuga, so I'll probably like see them all and try to do them all in one day. But there's that. Once again, check out MPT where this idea came from. And also thank you all for all the like nice stuff on the last video. I uploaded that thinking like, oh yeah, this is gonna like people are not gonna like it or won't care. And then like a lot of you guys watched it and said cool, nice stuff in the comments. So thank you very much. That means a lot. And yeah, just thank you. And with that, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.